Good morning, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to be here. I welcome all of you. And it is truly a privilege for me to be here today, as I am sure it is for all of you, because we get to share the space with two of the greatest souls of our time, two of the greatest lights of our time. And really for us, it is Rubaru with Roshni. Rubaru means face to face. Rubaru with Roshni, the two greatest lights of our time. There is absolutely no need for me to introduce His Holiness Dalai Lama, who is such a great spiritual leader. He is someone who has always lived by love, by peace, by happiness. And through all the struggles and troubles of his life, he has remained steady and has been such an inspiration for all of us. Friends, like His Holiness, I think Dada needs no introduction. And one of the greatest thinkers of our time, someone who really brings love into our hearts and teaches us so much. I think one of the biggest things that I have got from Dada is love and a smile from him. And whenever I see him, my heart fills with joy. So I want all of you to now join me in wishing him happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dada. Happy birthday to you. To begin with, I would like to request Dada to say a few words on his birthday. Then I will have a conversation with him. And thereafter, I would request His Holiness to say a few words, and then I would have a conversation with him. So let us start with Dada. Dada, on your birthday, please give us your thoughts, share with us your thoughts for today.
Friends, friends and fellow devotees of the Lord, it is such a joy to be in your midst this morning. My namaskars to every one of you. Let my words to you today be few and simple, and my first word is a word of greeting. With love and humility in my heart, I greet our two chief guests, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the beloved of our hearts. I know how crazy you all were to see him. Our beloved Sri Amir Khan. They both have found time. Their very busy schedules. I wonder how they have been able to find time to come to our poor abode and give us the blessings of their brave, beautiful hearts. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is an outstanding figure. There is none like him in the whole world. He is an apostle of brotherhood and fellowship, of unity and love. He is the prophet of compassion. He is many things more. He has come to bless us, and I feel deeply grateful to him. Likewise, our dearly beloved one, Sri Amir Khan, you know him better than I do. He is a magician. He can transform this hall into a theater. He too has come to bless us today. They say it is my birthday today. May I tell you, every morning that I get up, I feel it is my birthday. And I offer a prayer to the Lord that if this be my last day, He should so bless me that I give my love to all. This has been the deepest aspiration of my heart, to give love to all. I believe that the best teaching is that we should love each other even as God loves us. It is said that there are 3 types of love. The first type of love is the common love with which you are familiar. If you get into that love, you say, I've fallen in love. Love is not something in which you can fall. Love takes you to the heights. Love is something which raises you. This type of love is known as eros. It is the first type of love. If you get into this love, you forget everything. You can't eat anything, you can't sleep, you can't do any work. This love makes you passionate. It sometimes gets reduced to lust. This is the lowest type of love. Then it is known as eros. There is the second type of love which is known as philos. The first type of love, the important word is if. If you do this for me, if you give me this, I will continue to love you. Not otherwise. It is conditional love. But the second type of love is philos. This second type of love, the important word is because. Because you love me, I love you. This is also conditional love. This is not true love. Misunderstandings happen and this love is broken into bits. You see this love all around you. We have so many divorces. Otherwise, when 2 people marry each other, they say to each other, we shall love you till death do us part. But something happens and this love breaks. There is the third type of love. It is true love. It is unconditional love. It is universal love. It is divine love. It is known as agape. The important word of this love is in spite. The first was if, the second was because, the third is in spite. In spite of whatever you may do, I will continue to love you. It is this true type of love, it is this authentic love that the world needs today. And this is the only true type of love. I will not speak more because we all have come to listen to His Holiness. The Buddhists have 4 types of love. The first, I think, is mudita, the second is karuna, and so on. But this is the one type of love that is true love. It is known as agape. Agape love. I wished I had packets of agape love. I would distribute them amongst you today and elevate you to those holy heights which every soul wishes to reach. Thank you.
Dada, I think everyone is very keen to listen to you, and on their behalf, I'm going to ask you some questions so we can have a conversation, and hopefully you will be able to help us in our heads when we wonder about so many things. Tell me, in these 95 years of yours, what has been your biggest learning? What has been your biggest learning that you can share with us today?
I'm a little short of hearing.
Oh.
I will tell Krishna Kumari to tell me.
I'll come close.
The heat of love comes from you.
He will face you and speak to you, and little slowly, Amit.
Now it's okay?
That on the mic.
Is the mic on? Is Dada's mic on?
Yeah.
Dada, what is the biggest learning that you have had in these 95 years? What can you share with us which has been your biggest learning?
There is only one thing that I have, and that is love. And that, I think, is the highest thing that a person can have. My master was very kind to me. He was merciful. He said, ask what you will, I will give you. And I said, Master, I want only love. Universal love. The love that moves out to the sinner and the saint alike, the good and the evil alike. When I look at you, I look at so many images of my master, faces of my master.
Dada, you said something very important in your answer. So many people come to meet you. I am one of them. And all of us come with different intentions in our heart. We come with different feelings in our heart. Some of us may come with a clean heart. Some of us may not come with such a clean heart. How do you distinguish between us, or do you not distinguish?
I don't distinguish. To me, you all are images of my master. Therefore, you must have seen I bow down to you before you even attempt to do so. Because I see in you images of my master.
Dada, tell me, you have had such a brilliant academic career. What is it that has kept you away from materialism and moved you towards spiritualism?
Materialism, I had my own dreams while I was in the college, because I had passed the matriculation examination at the age of 13. I had 4 double promotions, and so I had my own dreams. It was normal for a student to matriculate at the age of 17. I did it at 13. In those days, we used to have the ICS, competitive examination. And they all told me that you must prepare for it because you will graduate at the age of 17. You will have 4 years to go to prepare. Otherwise, it's only when a person graduates that he immediately has to go for this examination. So I had my own dreams that I would pass the ICS examination, come and become a collector and do all these things. Then when I was in the intermediate class of the college, I came in contact with my master, beloved Sadhu Vaswani. There was a change in my life, a complete change. It was a U-turn. And then all these dreams, they faded away. And all that I wanted was to be close to the lotus feet of my master, to serve him and to win his favor.
Dada, you have spoken about the 3 kinds of love. Right now, I can clearly see that you are in the 3rd kind of love.
I wish that I could, yes.
But my question is, were you ever in the 1st kind of love?
I was.
We are all very curious, we want to know that.
I was before I was in the intermediate class. I said I had my own dreams, and one of those dreams was this, the 1st type of love. But that's an old story. It's an old birth. It is an old birth. Yes, yes.
Which
yes.
I want to know all about, but not in front of them. Separately, you should tell me.
I don't mind. I don't mind telling them. Because that was not I. That was somebody else.
That's a good one. I'm going to learn that, yeah? I'm going to learn that. That wasn't me. That was somebody else. Dada, you can see I'm using a gadget.
I beg your pardon?
You can see that I'm using a gadget now. You know, this is called an iPad.
I see.
And today our lives are surrounded with gadgets. For everything we have a gadget. What is your opinion on these gadgets and how do you...
I live a very simple life. I don't know how to work on the computer. I don't know what is the difference between iPad and UPad. I do take advantage of it from time to time, because if I have a letter to send which should reach quickly, I do dictate to some of my friends, and they somehow or the other arrange to send it through the iPad or iPad, what do you call it? Yes, yes.
Right.
But I don't know how to operate this.
Right.
No.
Tell me...
A friend came and presented me with the what he said it was the 4th type of iPad. There are types of iPads perhaps. The 4th type was given me, then I don't know, somebody took it away. And I didn't miss it at all. Because I didn't know how to work on the iPad. Yes.
Dada, tell me, as a child, were you a very good child? Very, very...
I was naughty at times.
That I can see in your eyes. Even now I can see that.
I remember one incident for which I feel ashamed now. But my beloved mother, whenever an elder came, she would ask me to bow to him, touch his feet. I said, what is this? Every time that an elder comes, whether he is educated or illiterate, whether he is rich or poor, whether he is healthy or sick, whether he is in his senses or out of his senses, I have to bow down to him. But she would say, no, he is an elder, you must bow down to him. So one day an elder came. He was a distant relation. He did not know how to speak properly. There was a stammer in his words. So I bowed down to him, and with shame I have to admit, I pinched his feet. I pinched his feet, and he began to say, oh. So my mother said, you are bowing down to him, and this man is doing In future, I free you from bending down and touching the feet of him. So I was a little naughty, yes. But I had great reverence for my teachers and the wise ones, those that really knew the true knowledge that is wisdom. I had great reverence for them. Whenever a holy man visited a town, I would go and sit at his feet and try to learn of him lessons which I needed to learn. Yes.
Dada, tell me, how do you relax?
There was one, I remember, a holy man, he had come to our town, and I went and saw him, and then I took leave of him. I asked him, I said, give me an advice. I still remember. He said to me, my advice to you is to be a lion and not a dog. So I said to him, I don't understand what it is to be a lion. It is true, I am a lion already. I am born in the Leo sign. You know, if you're born in August, you are born in the Leo sign. But I told him, what do you mean by telling me always be a lion and never be a dog? He said the difference between a dog and a lion is this. If you throw a ball at a dog, the dog will not look at you, but the dog will run after the ball. And if you fire a shot at the lion will not think of the shot. He will come and hold you by the arm. Therefore, go to the source. Don't run after the incidents, the things that happen to you.
Wow.
I have always remembered that lesson, and I tell you, it has blessed me abundantly. I share that lesson with you and would wish you to follow this particular teaching. Don't think of what has happened, but think of the one, remember the one from whom everything issues.
Source. The source.
Be lions. Today when you go, they will ask you, what did beloved Amir Khan teach you? Tell them he taught us this lesson: be lions, don't be dogs.
See, Dada is teaching all to lie now. Tell me, Dada, how do you relax? How do you entertain yourself today?
My entire life is a relaxation, as you can see. I do not know what it is to be tense. You teach me how to become stressful at times. Will any one of you teach me? Sometimes stress is good, but I try to be stressful, but I can't do it.
But even if you're not stressed, sometimes we need entertainment just to experience something different.
My teacher of yoga taught to me what was called Shavasana. I have not practiced it. Shavasana is the dead man's pose. Mm-hmm. You just lie down on the floor and think that you are dead. But I have had no occasion to make use of it. Yes.
Dada, tell me, what is the happiest moment of your life? What do you remember?
Now, sitting by your side. Sitting in the midst of two great ones, sitting on the right side with His Holiness, and sitting on the left side with His magicians.
And sitting in front of all these beautiful people. Tell me, Dada, what is your favorite book? Because I love reading. So what is your favorite book? I love reading, and is there any book that you would recommend to me to read?
If there is one book, I have hundreds of books, perhaps over 1,000 books. But if there is one book to be chosen out of them, then my vote goes to the Bhagavad Gita. The Gita contains the wisdom of all the scriptures. I have read a little of the Quran also, the holy book. I have read other holy books, as you will know, because today they were supposed to inaugurate the latest book. It gives you selections from all the scriptures of the world, most of the scriptures of the world. It's a good book. Now I think I will be referring to that book instead of to the Gita. This book will be my favorite book.
Dada, tell me, what is, a lot of us, when I think of forgiveness as a concept, it is something that my mind tells me is a very good thing, is a very healing thing. It is probably one of the most powerful emotions. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful emotions, and last time we spoke of it also. But I sometimes feel that while my mind tells me that I should be forgiving, sometimes in practice I find it difficult to forgive someone who has hurt me very badly. How am I able to overcome my emotions? How can I bring in forgiveness more easily to myself?
This used to be my condition too, once upon a time. Then I explained to myself, I said, what is happening to me today is something which I had done in the near or remote past. It is only coming back to me, so that accounts are settled. What is happening to me is something that I had done. Now, the action was there. The action is to be balanced by a reaction, and it will be balanced only when the same thing happens to me and I take it in the right spirit. So now forgiveness, I don't think of forgiving at all. It has become something which is very natural. I know it is balancing. It is, accounts are being settled, and I feel very happy. Supposing I lose something. Somebody has taken it away. All right. I try to search for it. I don't get it. Then I say to myself, perhaps I had taken somebody's that something in the near or remote past. Now that somebody has come and taken away my accounts are settled, I feel very happy. I actually begin to dance. So forgiveness, you don't have to do it. Forgiveness is a part of your life. Yes. Every step that I take, I should take closer to forgiveness. And I tell my friends, I tell them before you retire at night, actually think of all the people who have not behaved properly towards you, all the people who have cheated you, all the people who have deceived you, all the people who have spoken against you, all the people who have spread scandals against you. Call them out by name. Mr. So-and-so, I forgive you. Miss So-and-so, I forgive you. Mrs. So-and-so, I forgive you. Do it out of the very depths of your heart, and you will have a wonderful sleep at night, and many dreams in which perhaps I visit them. Yes.
Dada, tell me, what is your prayer today? For all of us, what is your prayer today?
My prayer today was, Lord, so bless me that I may help as many people as I can, in as many ways as I can, on as many occasions as I can. But if I cannot help someone, I must not harm anyone. That was simple prayer.
Thank you, Dada. Thank you so much. It was so wonderful to listen to you on all your thoughts. And each time that we listen to you, we get to learn so much from you. Thank you so much, Dada.
They were not my thoughts.